Okay, now, now that I got the rant over, I know I shouldn't be posting my videos too quickly, so I'm gonna have a day at uploading. But for now, I'm gonna talk about PlayStation games that were on the PS1. And let's be fair, the PlayStation was a marvelous system for the PS1. It beated the Sega Saturn and the Mega CD, but it didn't do so well when the Mega Drive was around. But revolutionized. Every PS1 game was going to be 3D in its time, so yeah, most games were getting harder to make. So I'm going to tell you a few good PlayStation 1 games that I remember. Um, One of them is Crash Bandicoot for the PS1. PlayStation, or as you would name it, the original Sony PlayStation. Um, and the other one of the, and there was like add-ons and stuff, and PlayStation did a brilliant job, making the console. The PS1 was okay, but when people got it shipped, they kind of crashed their consoles, causing their consoles to break whenever they had them shipped, the console. Because the PS1 consoles weren't made for being shipped locked, and the original PlayStation could have them shipped. So yeah, and it is against the law because they pirate games, So yeah, I remember when they were allowed to do that and were able to get away with it, but now you can't because of all this copyright going around. The PS1, the PlayStation 1 had a lot of games. It had Crash Bandicoot, it had Resident Evil, it had Silent Hill, and I mean, it had a lot of fighting games as well, like Street Fighter and Virtual? No, that was on the Sega system. I can't remember. There was a good lot of PlayStation games. I think I'm thinking of PS1 games that actually were free. There was a lot, and I mean a ton of PS1 games. And PS2, it was okay. It was a better system than the Xbox, no offense to Microsoft, but it was because the PS2 had a lot going for it. It had plenty of games, just like before, but, it had a lot of good games going for the PlayStation 2. Simpsons was on the PlayStation 2. I don't know if it was on the PS1, but PlayStation 2 did have the Simpsons. I'm not sure if they had the Futurama on the PS2, video games. But yeah, there was a lot of good games for this system. Another thing I'm going to bring up is that I have a may as well just show off my old control that I got here. So I get the idea I'm talking about PlayStation camera when this is being uploaded. To be honest, just look at the PS3 sign. PS3. And it says DualShock free. PlayStation 3 had a heck lot more games than the PS. Well, it still had games of the PS2, but I mean, it had a heck lot of games. PS2, I can name a few PS2 games, but the only one I can only name at the moment is Devil May Cry. I believe there was Sonic Heroes, and I believe there was, I can't think of the Yakuza, that's it. Whereas PlayStation 3 had Bayonetta, and I think the Xbox had the same game. They had Bayonetta, Sonic Adventure 2, they had Ghostbusters, the video game, Sonic Generations. They had a lot of good games on the PlayStation 3. I mean, and the thing I liked about the PS3 was the Blu-ray. You could actually play Blu-ray discs in your PlayStation 3, and I think, I'm not sure if this is true, that no one's ever complained. I don't think they had, but I could be wrong. I don't think I've had any scratches on my Blu-ray on my PlayStation 3 or any of the games. So, there's a PSN thing, but I know nobody really likes those, so much. But yeah, there's like a PSN thing. Um, PlayStation systems are pretty valuable now. PS3. There's a PS Vita, and I don't know what they are like. Because there's a PSP and there's a PSP Vita and then there's a PSP Go, which I don't even know what they are like because they're quite expensive. But yeah, I know what your category is. Why am I talking about PlayStation systems, and why talk about the the PlayStation? Well, I had a lot of games for it and stuff. The reason I got the Xbox 360 now, the Slim, is because, well, as you know, it's got a bigger memory. I even have, I'm sure it's around you somewhere, but I have like this memory box, and it's from my Xbox 360, and I can swap the memories over. Right. I recommend though, because I have 100 gigs more or something for the Xbox. I recommend though having a go and playing on your Xbox. Maybe like have a break now and again and do something for a change. So really, I know a lot of people like say, "Oh, I like to go on SVS," and do you know what? I'd be fair in saying this. No, it's good to have a break now and again from video games, and you can get really tired. So what I do to have a break from let's just say the PlayStation had a lot going for it. Next, I'll be talking about Xbox games. I do you know what my favourite PS3 game of all time is ever going to be though? Heavy Rain. Because that is one of the best games on the PlayStation. I am not joking. Heavy Rain. I mean, if you haven't got it, you should pick it up. It's just a masterpiece. I can show you a clip of the game if you would like to, but I mean, I'd have to put the camera right close to the TV because I haven't got a capture card, and it'd probably be more expensive to get a capture card, so yeah. And unfortunately, it may flicker or do something bad with the thing, so sorry if that happens. Well, that's it with my PlayStation, PlayStation, Sony makes good companies, so thumbs up to them.